Hi, BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. So if you are using Microsoft PowerToys, then just to let you know that version 0.99 has just rolled out. And according to Microsoft, introduces Power Display, which is something I've spoken about previously on the channel when it was still in development, which controls your monitors from the system tray. You've got Grab and Move for quickly moving and resizing windows, and as Microsoft puts it, a wave of improvements to Command Palette and the dock, along with updates across the utility suite. So just to go through a couple of the key highlights, because there's quite a lot going on, and I don't want to draw this video out. Now, first of all, the update introduces Power Display, which if we click on, is a display management utility for brightness and power control that allows you to adjust your brightness, contrast, and color profiles directly from Windows in the system tray. Now, that's obviously if your monitor supports those functions and that functionality. This laptop screen doesn't support a lot of functions, but you'll get the general idea. So if we head to my system tray, yeah, you will see Power Display, and there we go. And I can adjust the brightness in this case, which is supported on this monitor, not contrast. I can adjust that right from my system tray without having to go into settings in the operating system. And if I click on settings, it takes me over to the PowerToys app where I can adjust some other settings regarding Power Display. Now, something else it does is it gives you custom profiles that can be saved and switched with a single click. So if we just click on profiles, add a profile, there we go, there's my monitor, and I can give it a name and save those settings accordingly to that given profile, and obviously refer back to that profile as a saved entity when needed, which I do think is a nice move. And it's also got better integration with the light switch utility, which enables automatic adjustments when themes change. So I do think that is a nice move in the right direction. And here's another key highlight. It's got a new Grab and Move, which basically is a Linux-style window control, which has now been added to Windows. So if we head to that utility, there we go, click on that. Move and resize windows by holding a modifier key and dragging left click to move, right click to resize. So using the Alt key and left clicking, very nice. And if I right click, I can resize that window. So this is a Linux style feature now making its way into PowerToys. And just to give you another example, if I open up my File Explorer as an example, and I use my Alt key and left click, you will see that I can drag a window basically underneath another window with the other window on top of it, which I do think is a nice move, which brings a lot of extra functionality into this utility. And as mentioned, the Alt key and right click means I can resize that to my own personal choice and preference. So Grab and Move brings a Linux style window control to Windows. And Command Palette and Dock have both received improvements, where Dock now supports a compact mode. So if we head into Command Palette and we click on Settings, head into Dock, and this is something that rolled out in the previous release, version 98. Go check that video out if you would like some more info. I have a PowerToys playlist on the channel. So if I enable Dock, you'll see it pops a so-called secondary taskbar, a dock at the top, and I can move this around my screen to the left and to the right and to the bottom as I posted with PowerToys version 98's video. But yeah, you'll see size. We've now got compact, which really makes that small. So if you need the real estate, I think that is a nice move in the right direction. So there's a new compact mode. You've also got persistent calculator history for command palette and better pinning options, while extensions for plain text and image viewing have been enhanced. So quite a lot going on with command palette and dock. And I do think this new compact mode is definitely a step in the right direction. And then next up, we've got Keyboard Manager. And for this, I'm just going to use a couple of screenshots as to cut to the chase. Keyboard Manager has also been updated, allowing you to manually adjust recorded remappings through drop-down menus and disable specific keys or shortcuts. And this is just a picture of that functionality. And here's a screen grab of disabling the key or shortcut, as mentioned. And if you are using ZoomIt, which is a screen zoom annotation and recording tool, ZoomIt now has expanded its functionality with scrolling screenshots, making it easier to capture long pages. And those are the key highlights, guys. Quite a lot going on in version 99. But then last but not least, because there's a lot taking place under the hood, I've just gone over the key highlights. But just to mention the last one quickly, if we head back into my File Explorer and I quickly head to an image, you will see now that the resize with image resizer has migrated to WinUR3 now, which aligns more with Windows 11's design language. And we can see that's looking a little bit more fluent and looking a little bit more like Windows 11. So this is actually a tool I use almost on a day-to-day basis for the purpose of this channel. So nice to see that's received a bit of a user interface upgrade when it comes to the user interface. So guys, that's more or less what's new. As mentioned, just going over the key highlights in PowerToys version 0.99, which has rolled out just a short while ago today on the 28th of April. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.